A lot of odd things going on. I really sincerely hope that he's okay and that he's focused and ready.
Pro boxing fans here in Cardiff with the champ, Jessica McCaskill. Jessica, first of all, good seeing you. How's things? How's life?
Everything's good. We've had an amazing day here, and we came in through Heathrow, and now we're in Cardiff. So we're seeing a lot of London right now, and we're just really excited to be here.
Let's talk about this one. Lauren Price in her 7th professional fight, going to be facing yourself. A lot of people are saying, listen, this is a big step up for her, a big jump up for her. From what you've seen of Lawrence, do you feel like you've just got too many tools in the box for Lawrence Price?
I feel like, she seems very prepared on the outside, and I know amateur is one thing, and she's been on the Olympic stage, and it's just going to be so different because, your friends and family and neighbors, they don't all come to your Olympic fight. They're going to be here. They're going to be here in Cardiff. They're going to watch the fight. They're going to want her to come by and sign autographs and come take pictures with my kids before your fight. And she's just going to have a lot of obligations for her fans and for Boxer, her promotion company. And that's going to be just an extra weight on her. And I'm used to fighting away from home. It's just usually me and Rick and some of the fighters when we travel. And I'm here to take over. And you don't take over by someone politely letting you. You come in and you have to take it. So I'm ready to do that.
Jessica, a lot of people talked about a couple of fights ago when you fought Sandy Ryan, and a lot of people said, listen, maybe you got the decision that day. Obviously I'm not saying that, but a lot of people online were saying that might be the case. We know Sandy was sort of promoting that online as well, saying she believed she won the fight. But from that sort of episode and that fight, what have you learned the most coming into this fight?
I've learned that people, for some reason, they don't see my boxing skills. They don't have an appreciation for me fighting any other way than being the brawler. I just feel like, none of the things that I tried to implement in that fight were recognized. I turned lefty in that fight. I didn't move in that fight. I didn't chase her in that fight. I blocked a lot of punches in that fight, showed a lot of shoulder rolling and things like that. And none of that really got recognized, which was disappointing. But at the end of the day, I would love to try to get that opportunity back and maybe just finish the job because, until the job is finished, I'm not really satisfied. But right now I have to look to Lauren Price and look to May 11th.
When your name gets mentioned, there's always Tasha Jonas, there's always maybe a Katie Taylor rematch. Are these the fights, and I know you don't want to look too far ahead of your next opponent, but are these the fights that you want to be stepping into before you call it a day?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Katie would never fight me again. She's smart enough not to do that. But Natasha Jonas, we've had conversation, and we've had conversations to the point where I thought maybe that fight would happen at 154, and now she's at 147. So that's a conversation that was had a long time ago, and we're still thinking about that opportunity. Not looking past Lauren Price, but that could be a possibility for the next fight.
I do want to quickly just talk about other fights that possibly could get made in female boxing in general. There's a lot of talk about Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgardner. What do you make of them talks and that back and forth that's happening online?
That is such a large weight jump, and I don't know where they would meet, but it just seems kind of unrealistic. Sometimes, like I mentioned before, there's just a lot of things that happen on social media, and it causes people to say weird things. And if it happens, it happens. Good for them if they can find an even ground to meet on. But just looking from the outside, it just seems like a really big weight jump for either of them, for either fighter.
And finally, before I do that, I do want to talk about one of the biggest fights to happen in this US this year, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. We've seen what's happening with Ryan over the last couple of weeks, but he seems a lot more focused now. He's saying he's back in camp, only talking about boxing, saying everything is all right with Ryan, and Devin's being Devin as he is ultimate professional in the game. What happens on that fight?
If that fight happens, I feel like there's a lot of Kanye things happening in the Ryan Garcia camp, and it's just a lot of odd things going on. I really sincerely hope that he's okay and that he's focused and ready, because the last thing you want to see is a fight happen and someone get hurt. So, I think Ryan has amazing skills. I think Devin Haney is extremely fast. The last fighter he fought was nowhere near his speed, wasn't even close. But I feel like Ryan is a longer fighter. He could maybe keep Devin off. I would say I would have to be rooting for Ryan Garcia.
Cool. Jessica, listen, I know you've only got, about 8 weeks for this fight. Good luck with everything that happens in these 8 weeks. Everything, hopefully you're fine by the end of it. And good luck on fight night. We'll speak to you on fight week. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.